guys, this is Jess from Curse, and we're here at PAX East 2014, and I'm here with Will, Anton, and David from Firaxis. They're going to be telling me a little bit about the just announced Sid Meier Civilization Beyond Earth. So, what's the first thing you want to tell me about the game? What are some of the new features that set it apart from the previous Civ titles?
Well, hi, I'm Will Miller. This is David McDonough and Anton Stringer. David and I are the lead designers on the project, and Anton is our gameplay designer. And today was a huge day for us because we got to show this game for the first time to our hardest core fans at the Mega Panel. I think the coolest thing about this game is that we get to take Civilization, which has traditionally been about history, and put it into space. And as a Civ fan, or even as not a Civ fan, your mind can kind of, go crazy with the possibilities there. It's a very special product for us, and we're so excited to announce it today.
All right, so it's a game that we've been dreaming about making for a long time. We're huge fans of science and science fiction, and Firaxis is a studio, well known for making really, really good strategy games, and it should be no surprise that the two should go together. Civilization, just one more turn strategy, and science fiction is something our fans have been asking for a long time. And with the experience that we've made, it's sort of in the model of Civ, but its own entry in the Civ franchise, we think it's something really special that our fans, new and old, are going to love.
I think one of the most exciting things about this game for me is being free from history. History has a lot of advantages when you're making a game about it. You can rely on your fans to know historical characters and stuff like that, but with Beyond Earth, we're going to a new planet, and we have this entirely new world, new technology, new directions that you can go. And so inventing all that, for us as designers and also for the artists, has been a really great opportunity.
So was it a challenge, having to create things from nothing rather than relying on historical figures like Gandhi, or did you guys enjoy that? Was that more, did you let that allow you to kind of use your creative side more?
Yes, I mean, for our art team in particular, for us, as Anton mentioned, for us as designers, it's exciting, but for the art team, it's like, we finally get to tell these guys, okay, it's not a research project anymore, like, let's throttle up here. You really get to be creative and invent this stuff. And that's been amazing to watch. And we really do have to pinch ourselves sometimes and say, is that really going to go in a Civ game? Yes, it is going to go in a Civ game. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, so both for the art and for the systems. So for example, one of the things that we're adding for this game, which is a really fun feature, is orbital units. So this doesn't really make sense in a traditional Civilization game, having satellites that are up above the map, influencing the happenings and the battles beneath. But with science fiction, we have so many opportunities to add these new systems that have these really cool effects that you just can't get away with in a more historical setting.
So the fact that it takes place in outer space, is it going to take place on real planets in our solar system, or are those all made up? And also, is it going to be still human beings, or are you guys kind of inventing a new race and things like that? Or are those decisions that maybe haven't even been made yet?
That's a really good question. Like, we tell the story that humanity sent colonization expeditions to lots of planets. They're all fictitious, but everyone is unique, and we did a lot of work to make every planet feel like an alien world. So everything from the way the land and water is laid out to the crazy plants and animals that live on them, the resources and things, and then a whole lot of work done on the alien life, like the ecosystem, the food chain, the creatures that are already there, and not making them just look different, but also play different. Like, the aliens are almost like a whole other player with totally different rules that totally changes the game, and making it feel like you're strangers in a strange land. You're not welcome on a planet that has evolved for millennia to live, totally independent of humanity, is your first challenge in the game. That's a really exciting change for the Civ series.
So overall, I assume it'll still capture the same turn-based gameplay feel that the previous Civ titles had. And can you tell me more about some of the different systems and kind of, besides just the setting, what makes it different from the previous titles?
Sure, absolutely. What we got to do as designers is really sort of strip down the Civilization idea to its essence, its DNA or its bones, and build it back into something really unique. And a Civ 5 player is really going to feel at home in this game. You'll know where things are right away, the concept of 1 unit per tile, and improvements in cities, and how you get resources, all of that is intact. But beyond that, beyond sort of the surface level, mechanically, it's very, very different. Starting with our tech tree.
So in the future of technology, we don't know yet what's going to be, right? So we really got to imagine, starting with what we know, where could we go? And it was really important for us to look both at real science and the science fiction, so that it starts believable but also gets pretty wild. And so the tech tree is rearranged as a web where you start in the middle and grow outwards to whatever horizon you think is most interesting or most useful. And just having that ability to explore technology in the game changes the experience so much. It's really one of the most significant alterations on the Civ idea that this game has.
Another really exciting part of the tech web that David was talking about are what we call the affinities. And so when you're researching technology and you're kind of exploring these different areas of what technology could mean for the future of humankind, it affects your identity kind of as a civilization on this new alien planet. And so there's these 3 different affinities that are reflected in the technology web, and it changes your society and the way that it functions, both in terms of the fiction and the gameplay. And so you have your units that are kind of like on the ground fighting their battles for you, but as your technology changes and as you sort of evolve in these 3 different directions, your units will change, not just their aesthetics, but their gameplay. And one of the things I'm most excited for about this game is the sort of post-humanist philosophies that these all represent, and what we're really asking the question, both of ourselves as designers and of the artists and to the players ultimately, like where will humanity go and what are the exciting directions that could happen.
And do you guys have a release date yet?
Fall 2014.
Very cool. A lot of good games coming out this fall then. Well, thank you guys so much. Once again, this is Jess from Curse here with your PAX East 2014 coverage. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the game.